There's an old saying that every home needs a woman's touch. This is true, but as a man, when it comes to your own particular room or man cave or what have you, you have to create your own vibe. And that's what today's show is all about. A place to get into your vibe zone in order to tune out so you can tune in. A place where you can just decompress and get a little R&R in and just simply get your mind right. Especially after you've had one of those days where the world is dragging you down and you feel swallowed up whole. Yeah, and this show is going to be an awesome one, because what we're going to do is go around town and look at some real rocks and bricks, and then we're going to go back home to my studio and make some fake rocks and bricks that look simply awesome. And these are going to be used for my fake fireplace that's going to look pretty kick-ass also. And that's what today's show is all about, showing how I made a few aesthetics that are in the room that I fixed up in the last video, and to pretty much show how I made some of the decor. So yeah, this is going to be off the chain, it's going to be wild like always, and it's going to be good. So just come on and prepare yourself and get ready for another edition of Create with Pete, part 2 of our room makeover. And as always, please like and subscribe, turn on those notifications, and just enjoy. Now, let's get into it. All right, hi, how you doing today, guys? I hope you're having a great day today. Everything is good. This is a follow-up video to the first video that I had in this particular block, which is the room revamp video. This is the second part of it. So pretty much with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. We got a lot to cover, very little time to do it. So pretty much basically bottom line, we're gonna get started. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, the main aesthetic on my mind is a fireplace. I decided to make a nice big old square out of some of the leftover wood that I had from my previous project. And I simply did this by applying Gorilla wood glue, making it nice and snug with a little bit of refrigerator tape. Alright, the next day our wood glue was nice and dry, and I put some L brackets in each corner, and then I got a big old piece of cardboard and decided to pretty much put it on back to give it a nice bracing. Alright, looking good. The back is done. Now let's go ahead and knock out the front. Across the front and on top of the fireplace, I placed cut strips of cardboard to give me a sense of direction of where I want to go. I hammered in small wood tacks to lock it in place. Alright, after the cardboard and everything on the fireplace had completely dried, I decided to mix up my old friend Mr. Texturizer, and then I decided to paint the whole thing black in order to get more of a visualization of how the fireplace would look. After Texturizer completely dried, I decided to add 2 more strips of cardboard on the front along the side, and then I decided to give it an archway like most conventional fireplaces. So far, so good. Now, let's keep it moving. After painting the fireplace prop, I realized that there was areas that light was shining through, so I simply covered the areas with strips of cardboard and tape, and then I decided to add an extra coat of black to finish it up. Off camera, I made a chimney prop for our fireplace for the wall, and then after it was done, I painted it black and got it attached. Looking good. Now, let's keep this moving. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is bricks, but I decided to just walk around my area and check out brick walls and just bricks in general. While looking at the stones and bricks, I decided to just pretty much give it a feel and texture to just catch the vibe of the stone itself. And then I checked out even more walls and bricks. All of them looked pretty good, but they just weren't the vibe that I was looking for. I started getting hungry, so I was feeling Applebee's. It's been a minute since I've been there. After eating a nice meal with ribs and onion rings And while leaving Applebee's, I discovered that the bricks had a very unusual look. They had almost a fairy tale or cottage stone look. And that was just the look that I was looking for. So with that being said, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna work on my Applebee's brick fireplace. I like the way that sounds. The Applebee's brick fireplace cuisine. Yeah, you know what? They should put that on the menu. Alright, just like regular bricks, we need a mold. And with that being said, what I'm simply going to do is just break down this cardboard box and then just cut it up into strips. And then after that, we're going to simply reassemble it into a nice mold for our fake bricks. Alright, now that we have our pieces cut for our mold, we're simply going to tape them together and apply a little glue in order for it to have a little bit of a shape. There we go, looking good. Now that's what I call a brick mold. Alright, now we're going to get refrigerator tape and just place it all over the mold in random parts. And then we're going to cover the entire thing with aluminum foil. Alright, our mold is looking good. I'm going to use a little bit of cooking oil on a paper towel in order to glaze the mold to guarantee that our bricks will easily fall out. Now it's time to make the bricks. And this part is pretty simple. The only thing that we need is just some newspaper and some good old-fashioned wood glue. And what we're simply going to do is just apply the glue onto the newspaper itself, and then we're just going to give it a slight bit of a rub. We're going to get another piece of newspaper and then just add more wood glue and rub it again. And then after that, just apply the ball of glue-covered newspaper into the mold, trying to fill each corner of the mold. Make sure it's packed in there really good. And just sit and wait for about 15 to 20 minutes, and there you have it. One solid paper fake brick. And you're going to do that to the rest of the slots or trays within the mold. Now, if you want your bricks to have a smooth surface, this is pretty simple. The only thing that you have to do is just simply tear or cut a piece of newspaper in the exact same shape of your bricks and simply glue it over the top portion of the brick. Alright, now the only thing that we have to do is just give our mold a little shimmy and shake our bricks loose, and then just pretty much scoop them out of there. And now, just for pretty much aesthetic purposes, you're going to see how it will look when it's assembled into wall form. I'm just going to pretty much stagger them just like that, and there you go, easy peasy. Awesome fake looking bricks. But they're going to look even better after I paint them and hook them up. Alright guys, the paper bricks was pretty cool, but you can use the same technique to make your own custom bricks or your own mason cobblestones. And you can take it further than that by making your own concrete countertop. Only thing you have to do is just make a mold, mix your concrete, and start pouring.
Yeah. And you can also use this same technique to make real gold bricks.
Wait, hold up. Making your own gold bricks? Man, I think that's illegal.
You shut your goddamn mouth.
Oh, no! You're a mean man.
All right. Hi, how's it going, guys? Oh, yeah, almost forgot. I got something for you. Hold on. There we go. Technically, it's something for me. Okay, do you remember our fake fireplace that we're making right now? Well, with a fake fireplace, we're gonna need some fake bricks. And just like a real fireplace, you're gonna need a lot of bricks. So I had no idea of how many bricks I needed. So I decided to get busy and spend the entire week just making a bunch of fake bricks. 4 bags full. There we go, rock and roll. Yeah. There we go. So this is pretty much gonna be a pile of bricks that I'm gonna use to, hook up our fake fireplace. But hey, trust me, after it's done, it's gonna look great. But to get started, I have to clean them up and, get them painted up and just make them look like real bricks and everything. Real bricks for a fake fireplace, but then the fake fireplace is supposed to look like a real fireplace. But either way, it's gonna be hooked up and it's gonna look awesome. I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you in a little bit. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? I got work to do. Go. Get out of here. Yeah. Go. Scram. Beat it. All right, the bricks are coming along pretty good. But as we all know, bricks have different sizes and variations. So what I'm simply going to do is just leave some of them whole, and I'm going to cut the others in half. I'm going to trim up the edges to give them more of a realistic look. Alright, now it's time to paint up our bricks. And what I'm simply going to do is just pretty much mix basically a rock looking color, off brown, or kind of beige looking color. Add variation to the bricks. I'm simply just going to add slow bits of black according to how much I want to shade the bricks down. And if possible, use 2 or 3 separate containers to do this, because you want to keep the bricks similar, but you want to make them different, because just like real rocks and snowflakes, they're similar but not exactly alike. Wow, this wall is huge. I don't see how the hell I'm gonna climb over this thing. You know what? I'm gonna walk over it. I decided to separate the bricks that's cut in half with the whole ones, and then the small fragments I just placed in the back. And this is a system now I'm going to use in order to find the bricks that I need onto the fireplace. Oh yeah, and for the record, this is how stonemasons do brick and stone in real life when they're working. Alright, here we go, the moment that we've all been waiting for. Now what I'm simply going to do is just attach the bricks with refrigerator tape, but first I'm going to add a little bit of wood glue in order to make an adhesion onto the cardboard of the fireplace. And while I attach the bricks onto the fireplace, what I'm going to do is arrange them in a staggered like position, just like a real wall. This will help create the illusion of a fireplace itself. Alright, there we go. Easy peasy. Now let's go ahead and get this bad boy finished up. Alright guys, don't let the speed of the film fool you. It took me a total of about 2 or 3 days to get this done, because I had to wait until the glue dried in between the faces of the bricks. Alright, there we go. Easy peasy. Now, let's get the curvature front part of this fireplace going. Alright, looking good. For the archway, I'm going to use the same technique that I just used to put the bricks onto the fireplace. I'm just going to give them just a little bit of a curve. Oh yeah, by the way, as you can see, I'm using refrigerator tape to hold the bricks in place as the glue dries. Now, you're going to need at least 2 rolls of refrigerator tape, but luckily you can get this from your local wholesale store for under $1, sometimes even under 50 cents. Alright, there we go, looking good. I'm happy with it. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I have to do the chimney top or the smokestack. Either way, I gotta get this done. Alright, everything is coming along good. Off camera, I made a few more extra bricks to make sure that I have enough bricks to complete the chimney stack. I wanted to make sure that the glue was completely dry on the chimney and chimney stack. So I decided to wait 2 days before taking the tape off. There we go. Now you can see it's nice and sturdy. Now let's remove the rest of the tape on this. But we're not done yet. We have to make pretty much a cinder skirt, and we're going to do that right now. Alright, now we're moving on to the cinder skirt, and this part is pretty simple, really. The only thing that we're going to do is just get a big piece of cardboard, put it directly in front of the fireplace, and then arrange our bricks in a wall-like pattern, the same way that we did on the chimney. And then after that, we're just going to put glue onto the joints of it, and we're going to put a few bricks around the edges, and there you go. One nice, awesome-looking chimney skirt. There you go. Looking good. Now, like I said earlier, you can use the same technique for making real bricks and using real bricks also, but just make sure that nobody's on the other side of the wall when you do it. I decided to take a little break and go check out a few retail stores to see what items I can find for my studio. So far, so good. I found a few items that I can use and a few that were not so much. After hitting up the home goods stores, I decided to check out one of my favorite thrift stores to check out and pick up a few items. Now this plant, I don't know. It kind of gives me that Little Shop of Horror vibes. Come here, girl. Let me holler at you. After a little searching, I found the perfect plant. And on the way out, I found a certain Star Wars celebrity on a t-shirt I just had to buy.
Alright, rock and roll. How did I look with my Chewy shirt?
Totally sexy.
Rock on.
Yeah.
As soon as I got home, I disassembled the plant that I got from the thrift store. And off camera, I did my usual ceremonial thrift store wash and cleanup. After making sure everything was clean, I dried it all off camera with a hairdryer. Alright, now that we have our small tree ready, let's go ahead and get it stabilized. And with that being said, what I'm going to do is just simply get this empty bleach bottle, cut the top portion off, and then after that, I'm going to remove the plastic around the bottle itself, and then I'm going to place a small bit of concrete inside. And that is, I'm just going to get some concrete mixture, mix it with a little bit of water, and then go ahead and just make sure that the consistency is just right. And after this is done, I'm simply going to put the PVC pipe inside of the concrete and just let it dry about 2 or 3 hours until it's nice and solid inside of the concrete. Alright, as the concrete began to compress, water began to settle at the very top of the container. This will slow down the drying time of the concrete dramatically, so something has to be done. But hey, that's no problem. The only thing that I have to do is just get paper towels, use them to absorb the water on top of the container itself. And then after most of the water has been taken off, then I can get another paper towel and just lightly sponge the remaining portion of water, and then just sit and wait until it's fully dry. Now I'm going to trim down the bottom portion of the fake bush until it can fit inside of the PVC pipe. There we go. Alright, now we got a good fit. I'm going to attach the other side to it to make a branch, and then I'm going to simply cover it with electrical tape with refrigerator tape, so I can not only cover it with wood glue but also paint it as well. Alright, there we go. Now that we have our paper strips, I can go ahead on to the bark part of the tree. And with this, I'm simply going to cover the paper strips with glue, well, wood glue, and then I'm just going to wrap it around in a candy stripe-like motion. And then after this is done, I'm going to do the same thing to the base as well on the PVC pipe. Then after both is wrapped, I'm simply going to give it a test to see if it fits good together, and afterward I'm going to begin painting.
Alright, looking good. The concrete in our base is nice and dry. You know what? Let me go ahead and wrap up this situation.
Now that our tree is wrapped up and looking good, we're going to start painting. And what I'm simply going to do is get brown paint, black paint, and white paint. Now the brown paint is already pre-mixed. This next step is pretty simple, but it gives great results. What I'm simply going to do is just pretty much dip the paint onto the brush and just dab it onto various parts of the tree. And I'm going to do each color like this until it begins to take bark-like pattern. While you're doing this, just step back and look at it every now and then to see how you're coming along with your results. Alright guys, we're going to finish this tree up, but I had to go outside and make this comparison. I just wanted to show you how close that got to real wood. Yeah, look at that. Look at that shit.
I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas.
Alright, there you go. It looks like a real tree to me. After completing the tree, I decided to paint the concrete of the base black because this will help with the illusion of the next part of our project.
I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fake.
I wanted to get a little greenery in my studio, so with that being said, while I was at the thrift store, I picked up another fake tree, and then I headed to Michael's. I got some fake lemons and some fake strawberries, and then I got a little clear glue and simply glued them together and set them in some shot glasses and let them dry overnight. Now that our lemons and strawberries are bonded, let's go ahead and get them onto this tree. Yeah, I know strawberries don't grow on trees, but in the Create with Pete world, they certainly do. Now, I started to use rubber bands to attach the strawberries and lemons onto the tree, but the stems were pretty long. I simply wrapped them around the fake twigs of the tree, and then I pretty much secured it with just a drop of clear glue. There we go, looking good. Now, I'm enjoying my fake strawberry lemonade. Yeah. Off camera, I made a container for my strawberry lemon tree, and then I decided to put some wheels on it to make it a little bit mobile. And after that, I went down to the river, picked up a few river rocks, and I had a few broken brick fragments. I decided to paint it black in order to keep my fake tree stable inside. But now we're going to move on to other things that need to be done.
So instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that, spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior, inferior. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag.
Here's a plant rack that I got from the Salvation Army. I picked it up for only $4, so I decided to take it outside, give it a little cleanup, and also a little clear gloss as well.
I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough.
There we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now let's keep this going.
No I don't take shit. I got no love for
Alright, let's go ahead and get this room hooked up. The first thing I'm going to do is just line up these dresser drawers that I hooked up and then turn them into a nice wall decoration.
I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable.
Alright, it's time to get this bad boy hung up. But first, I decided to use it to get swole.
My meds, no, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind, I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it, I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it.
Alright, everything is looking good. Now let's finish up this scene with a little bit of green.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help.
Alright, everything is coming along good, but as you can see from the hourglass, time is running out. So you know what? I'm going to wrap this whole thing up in an awesome kick-ass speed montage. Here we go.
Make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind, I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it, I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages, a vacant modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help, I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough.
Alright guys, this one was a good one. I meant to do this at home, but I had to get out of the house. Now, pretty much, I'm at, one of my favorite burger places, which is Nancy's Burgers. Matter of fact, my only burger place to get an awesome chili dog and a burger. And with that being said, pretty much, basically, I want to thank you for joining me today on this journey. It was a lot, but we had fun and we got it covered. And I'm going to get into the complete product pretty soon. And basically, bottom line, I want to leave you with my little spill. If it ain't good, don't do it. If it's bad, don't say it. Take care. Stay awesome. I'll see you guys in the next show. All right. Take care, guys. Alright, now that's an awesome room hookup. You know what? This looks so good, I decided to take it into the living room also. gold brick guy, yeah, I don't want him back on the show.
You shut your goddamn mouth.